Good morning, friends. This is GV Shivakumar again, and today I like to discuss about the topic on active ingredients. Actually, most of the people, actually those who are working in food industry, pharma, and then actually the chemical industries can know, right? Actually, they are mainly handling on different types of say substrates and different types of combination of chemicals, and then different types of drugs in case of pharma industry. And say in food industry also we have a lot of different things to the food related particles or any chemical related things which saves the food from getting actually damaged, or actually the change of taste or change of the chemical or physical nature or taste everything, right? Actually, so to avoid that or expiration related thing, right? Actually it is see, normally these food particles are perishable, chemicals, foods and drugs are perishable, right? So we need to have a proper thinking on active ingredients. So the business scenario, right? Actually in most of the chemical and pharmaceutical companies, the raw material as well as finished goods are monitored on the basis of the concentration of specific ingredients percentage, right? Normally in percentage. Example, sulfuric acid based on standard chemical reaction, specific volume of a specified concentration need to be used for processing. So if there is any variation, yeah, yeah, any of the concentration, the quantity will have to be adjusted to ensure proper chemical reactions, right? And similarly requirements exist in sales. Therefore when serving a customer order, right? Actually if you're doing the customer order actually requirement, and in that case actually uh, it is important that the concentration of material supplied is with the specified tolerance range. In certain cases, it is important also necessary to monitor the specific impurities levels. Due to that, the chemical and manufacturing process requirements impurities beyond the specified level may not be allowed. Hence, this can need to be monitored properly. Okay, that is very important in case of pharma or chemical industries or drug industries, whatever it may be. So, you say for example, finished goods. When a customer order is received for such a materials for a finished goods, system should have a provision to record the sales quantity along with the specific active ingredients proportions. It should also have a provision to record the transition of specific or customer specific inheritance ranges. And then actually when the finished goods is produced, a provision is required to enter the actual active ingredients proportion along with the impurities percentage. And at the dispatching stage, the system should be able to identify the batches with the which satisfy the criteria defined in the sales orders. And then say for raw materials in the PO, purchase order, the provision is required to specify the active ingredients as well as the impurities percentage along with the purchase quantities. On the material receipts, the active ingredients and impurities percentage will have to be recorded and issued to production based on the active ingredients. The issue quantity will have to be automatically worked out. And for the stock management, so first we discussed about active ingredients for the finished goods and then raw materials. And then for stock management, stock data should be provided in a physical quantity and the active ingredients content. So that normally actually we need to have a proper active ingredients percentage, or actually I can say the quantity and everything, right? That should have a clear definition of what is required and what is needed, everything. So, in case of the active ingredients functionality provided by the SAP supports following process, right? So, the stock management, that is physical stock as well as the active ingredients quantity, and then automatic calculation of dispatch quantity if the active ingredient quantity is specified, and billing based on the active ingredients quantity, and tracking of other ingredients like impurities along with the main ingredient, and batch search based on customer specific tolerances, right? That should be depend upon the customer specific tolerances. Each customer will have different tolerance set, so based on that batch search, based on the customer specific tolerance will vary, right? And for that, SAP solution is, say, so we need to activate the active ingredients management. So in the menu path, actually, we have tools in tools, right? SAP access tools, business engineering, customizing, and logic general. We have batch management, and under the batch management, you can activate active ingredients management. And step two, we need to define UAM for the active ingredient. For this purpose of recording the stock in terms of active ingredients, a separate UAM needs to be defined along it with link to standard UAM. Menu path will be tools, business engineering, customizing, global settings. So checking UAM, and then we have the same tools, business engineering, customizing, logistic general. We have batch management, active ingredients management, and proportional units. So SAP provides for calculation on the basis of percentage as well as the user defined calculations. Percentage calculation based will mostly used for handling the concentration of active ingredients. So in step 3, we have to define characteristics to identify the active ingredient proportions. So you can use the SAP path logistics, central functions, classification, create characteristics. Okay, so this is about the third step. And for the characteristic, we need to define the following the values, right? Actually, normally it should be in for numeric value assignment. Either it is a single or negative value should not be allowed, right? And so say the class type either is 023 or 22. So the class type which are relevant for the object category batch, okay, that depends on the usage. And step 4, we need to create a class with a class type relevant for batch classification. So that is also available in menu path, that is the menu logistics, central functions, classifications, create class, right? And create class, we have following attributes to be followed, right? Actually, so this should be in sales area. And then fifth step, create change material master records, right? Actually, so in the material master, we have option called extras, and we have proportion or production units. Actually, in S4HANA, it is there additional data. We have this proportion, production or proportion is there. There you can maintain the active ingredients in percentage or whatever you like. You can maintain the thing. In this screen, enter the characteristics, standard proportion, ingredient percentage, and UAM specifically created for the active ingredients. So you can define the active ingredients either in metal master, and also if you want you can maintain in batch master also. So say if you're not maintaining in batch master, automatically system will check the metal master. That is the important thing here. So if you are connecting to any say MES kind of things actually, right? So they will normally define in actually this active ingredients. So the value entered in the field, that is a planned value, is a default value for the material. If the batch classification data not maintained for a particular batch, the system uses the default value for calculating the active ingredients proportion. So LP means leading proportion. These fields should be enabled if required. Data system consider the average active ingredients proportion for the requirements calculation and availability check. And VP in the sense valuation proportions, valuations based on active ingredients proportion. If the valuation is to be carried on the basis of concentrates and not on the physical quantity, then this I mean, this needs to be mentioned. There is VP to be mentioned. Actually, this is maintained in the material master screen. Material master, actually, the basic data one screen. We can see all these things. Okay, so there only we are maintaining the. Then actually we have the maintain classification for the material. There also we have this thing. So these are the important, I mean, settings from the master data, and active ingredients. How the active ingredients are processed. So in goods receipt, for all the goods receipt transaction, the system will prompt for classification of batch where the active ingredients proportion will have to be defined. So the stock management, stock overview, to view the stock in active ingredients percentage, change UAM from stock keeping UAM to active ingredient UAM. Okay, and batch determination. Batch determination strategy will have to be defined in the respective functional areas to enable automatic batch selection as per the active ingredients content. That is also possible, and it is not possible to define the range of values of active propositions as a characteristics, right? Actually, so it will have the default functionality, so that actually it is defined by the normally by the systems. So that one thing we need to highlight in this. And then actually we have as already told, if the active ingredients is maintained in the batch master, then actually then it will be, we have the option to maintain in metal master also. Okay, to be so that we need to be necessarily defined as a single value. So additional characteristics will have to be defined to achieve this purpose. Okay, and billing in the pricing conditions, the pricing UAM should be defined as a active ingredient UAM. In that case, system will proportionally work out the applicable rates. So important thing is actually active ingredients can be handled only if batch management is activated. It cannot be used for material stored in tanks. That is important. So we need to highlight all this point. So I think one of our friends actually asked me, actually say actually whether we need actually active ingredients for the food industry. Yes, definitely we need active ingredients for the food. So pharma, say then actually chemical industry, food industry, beverage industry definitely need. I mean, wherever the chemical or any processing, more number of substrates or concentrates are handled, those industry definitely need active ingredient. And so this is to be properly maintained. Actually, we can have the option in batch master also under the characteristics, and also in metal master also we have in batch basic data one we have additional data. We have this one in S4 HANA. I'm saying this production per this one proportions or production. So in the tab we can maintain if a metal will have different types of proportional units. That is also possible. Okay, in some systems MES kind of things, actually it will allow for only one ingredient. So in that case, actually if you are maintaining two things, then actually it won't allow the particular update. So it will get failed in the middleware or something like that. So those kind of I mean, because actually the manufacturing user will get confused actually if they are receiving two type of active ingredient. To allow that, if the organization will have the standard active ingredient setting, then no need to go for the second option. I hope actually the details have given is very useful. So, so this is just to indicate how much percentage of ingredients or I mean for the particular concentrates and related materials are maintained. Right, that is very important for a chemical industry or any drug industry where you need to record each and everything. Right, actually, so that is what actually they are using this active ingredient percentage. So this is only, again I'm telling, this is important for chemical, pharma, even I can say for paint industry where chemicals are used, wherever different types of combinations are used, we need active ingredients. Food industry, beverage industry, all needs active ingredients configuration, friends. Thanks for watching my videos. G. Vishwakumar again.